So welcome back to the studio, and today we have a very simple yet very relevant video, I feel, and that is 3 wood versus 5 wood versus 7 wood, all head to head, looking at data on quad. As always, let's get stuck in. Right, so for this video we are going to be using the Stealth 3, 5 and 7 wood, not the Plus, just the normal model, for no other reason than, well, why not? They were there. Thought, yeah, use them. Going to be using the C6 Blue, Mitsubishi C6 Blue 70X in all of them. Obviously been tipped and butt trimmed accordingly, so they're all playing as they should. So corresponding lengths. Yeah, it's just going to be a bit of a data test really, just to show you how they will perform head to head. I mean, I do think it's very relevant because there's a lot of people out there that will still go and just buy a 3 and a 5 wood off the shelf. So we'll obviously see for my swing speed, I might chuck a couple of kind of like lower swing speeds in there, because I do find for a lot of people sometimes 3 and 5 woods are just too close, especially at a lower swing speed. If you've got a 3 wood at 15 degrees and a 5 wood at 18 degrees, I mean, especially if you're a slightly high handicapper and tend to miss strike woods a little bit now and again as well, as we all do, that gap just zips. So, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see just for me how far apart these are and how different they are. We'll also touch on a few of the ball flight characteristics, maybe why we might use one over the other, kind of any other alternatives we might look at. But yeah, it's just going to be a numbers test, and again, just going to be an interesting one for you guys to see what the difference is. Okay, so first up, we're just going to go straight into the Stealth 3 woods. Again, just a normal Stealth 3 wood model, 15 degrees. As I said, C6 Blue. Again, it's going to be the same format really. I'm going to try and get a good data set with each club. And yeah, go from there. Right. Let's see how this first one goes. Always nice to get it in the bag. First tee kind of vibes. Turned it a little, maybe left rough, sit down. Maybe just stay in the fairway. Yeah, well, the best shot, just running out into the left rough, but we'll take it. We'll take it. So we'll point out this is a little bit downhill, to be fair. So that was 261 on the carry, on the flat, 268 on the software. So just, just so you know. Yeah, right, good start. Let's keep it going. Go, nice little draw. He launches high, kind of hitting up maybe a touch more than I'd like on it, but yep, take that any day of the week. 280 down the fairway, beautiful. That felt like a good swing. That was right out the middle. Should give us some nice representative numbers. Yeah, I mean, I quite like those numbers. 13 launch, 33 backspin, right out the middle, 144 efficiency. We like that. I mean, that was also really good. Also very good. 13 launch, 3000 spin. I mean, that's very good numbers. Bottomy, but actually done all right. Actually done very well. Very well. Quite impressive there for bottom strike actually. Always makes it look better on that, on the strike than it feels. It's reduced the launch a touch. Spin was still decent. Don't mind that at all. All right, last shot. Actually necked it, but it's a good neck. Hit the path. We'll take that, we'll take that. Is it necky? Felt necky. 6 mil heel. Right, hit quite a few with that, just 'cause I was messing around with my swing too much. I need to stop doing that in tests. Just try and get good, accurate data. You can probably see by the dispersion map there was a few. There's quite a lot of decent ones in there, but a couple of wild ones. Right, let's move on to the 5 wood. Right, so moving into the 5 wood, again, normal Stealth 5 wood, 18 degrees this is, same shaft, obviously 5 wood length. So, time to see how this goes. Actually, I like it being a bit shorter straight away. That's nice. Typically, even with a 3-wood, I would maybe even play a 5-wood length shaft, to be fair. Just shorten it a little bit, make it a little bit more manageable. Oh, wow. That got way behind me. There's a decent strike still, but yeah. A little bit of a right miss, that. A little bit of a right miss. Well, it's actually only 24 yards right target. That's not as bad as I thought it was, to be honest. It's just a really tight hole. There we go. We finally actually hit one. Oh, took a few. That was a bad start with that. Yep. We like that. That was a good one. Very good. Strike. Again, that was just such a bad strike. I mean, it's kind of like 260 plus down the fairway, but 278, sorry. It's shots like that why these tests take a while. Because if you're on course, you'd go, it's ended up 260, 270, 280, whatever down the fairway. But it was high toe, it wasn't the best strike, it wasn't the best swing. Because of where I struck it, the launch conditions changed dramatically and the spin drops. It's not an accurate representation of how this performs. However, having said that, again, the distance that it's gone, based on that just being a miss hit, it's really gone basically as far as the 3-wood anyway. A little bit bottomy, but I take it. I mean, it's going 270 plus. It's just no way you're telling me that for me there's enough difference between a 3 and a 5-wood for me to be gaming a 3 and a 5-wood, purely based on distance. Obviously the launch conditions are going to be different, it's going to be giving me a different ball flight, so that's something to take into consideration depending on what we want to use it for, but yeah. Interesting. Hey, there we go. Again, still left. Just can't not hit this thing left. I mean, that was a bit necky and it's gone miles. Like, yeah. I think these numbers are going to be very interesting. That was okay. A little bit high toe. This thing just goes absolutely miles. I mean, this is downhill, granted, but it's a little bit high toe. Again, spin drops to 3100, and it carries 263, but actually on the flat that carried 257. So not far off 260 carry. With this 5-wood, I mean, it's long, isn't it? Okay, I just really can't not hit this left. Oh, but that's enough for this one, I think. That was a struggle. That was a struggle. It's a bit more representative numbers there, though. So it's a decent strike. So launch came up, spin came up a little bit. Yeah, I hit a lot of shots with that just because, as I keep mentioning, I just want to represent the club effectively, and the more shots I can hit, therefore the more really good ones I can hit, the more bad ones I can delete, the more I'm going to show you how these clubs actually perform head to head, but I'm getting tired. Right, so onto the 7-wood. Again, same thing, just bog normal stealth 7-wood, 21 degrees, C6 blue, right length for a 7-wood, all that jazz. Now, judging on how hard the other ones have been to actually hit decent and straight, I'm going to assume that I'm going to be hitting quite a lot of shots with this. Just what I want on a Friday night. Right. Do I even want to show you the first one? Probably not, to be honest, but that, I suppose, is the edit of beautying. Beauty of editing. See if we can not hit it left. It'd be a good start. Hey, it was actually really good. Oh my days, that's gone about 4 miles in the air. Jeez. Wow. Let's see what the descent angle was on that bad boy. Geez, now it was actually a decent strike. Decent strike. That went 157 feet in the air and descended at 51.6 degrees. Yeah, I mean, phew, if you wanted to play it into a green and stop it on a dime from 230 yards, that would be your winner right there. Wow, this thing just goes high. I mean, that was a little high on the face, but Jesus. I mean, I just can't believe how high this thing goes. It's just insane. I mean, that felt like a little bit of a better strike, to be fair. A little bit more centered, I think. Yeah, pretty good. 0-0. 17 lawns. Again, it's got 150 feet in the air. Oh, you can certainly see where a 7-wood would come in handy. If you want to hit it into orbit. Wow. I think that's another thing with this test. I literally have to feel like I'm hitting it over there to get one to actually go straight. Which, yes, I do have a left miss, but it is a bit mental, I'll be honest. Right, 80-yard cut slice block. Yep, like I literally tried to hit that over there. Wow, and it's actually a really good shot. Probably one of the better ones so far. Felt like a good strike. Yep, decent, nice. Right, fix my swing. All I have to do is hit an 80-yard slice with this club. Oh, that was a good one. There we go. There's the middle of the club. We like that. God, I'm tired. Oh, that's a good strike. How is that just still just turns? Ooh, right. I think that's enough. That's 60 shots. 60 shots done with the 7-wood. I mean, where's that? Just looking for a 3-wood I had earlier. Here we go, just to hit one. To see, are they really that left-sided? Those woods. Holy cow. And that felt like exactly the same swing that I was putting on that, and it was going left. I mean, that's just crazy, isn't it? Again, exactly the same swing. Very quick little silly test. I mean, that was a tiny bit heavy, but I mean, wow, that's, yes. Oh my days. Yeah, I mean, that pretty much sums it up, doesn't it? Favorite LTD XLS 3-wood. But yeah, both gone off the planet. Right, so it wasn't just me. I'm sure I wasn't helping, obviously, but safe to say none of those are going to be going in the bag anytime soon. Yeah, I think these numbers are going to be very, very interesting. So here we go. This is what it all comes down to. All of that hit in, I think it was like 61 shots, something like that, just for this data. Now, it actually surprised me a little bit, to be honest. It's not very often that I obviously hit 3, 5, 7-wood head-to-head in this sort of manner. But yeah, I mean, I just didn't really see, yeah, let's just dive into it, I guess. I mean, ball speed, 3-wood 157, 5-wood 156, 7-wood 150. So there was just no separation in 3-wood and 5-wood, really, in ball speed. I think maybe when I hit a good 3-wood, it was kind of 158, 159, and then when I hit a really good 5-wood, I was kind of seeing 157 quite a lot, to be honest. So not much in it. Even launch, I mean, 7-wood was just mental, as you probably saw in a few of the shots I showed you. But 3-wood and 5-wood, less than half a degree of launch in them. So ball speed, nothing, launch, not much, and then spin, 300. I mean, this is what I was saying earlier about if you just went and bought, oh, there goes the magic stick. If you just went and bought 3 wood and 5 wood straight off the shelf, I mean, 257 carry to 265 carry, and that's for someone with my speed. Like, the less speed you've got, chances are they could be like almost borderline identical. Obviously, there's lots of variables in that, depends on your delivery and all that kind of stuff, but how close is that? And then a jump down to 237 with the 7 wood. I mean, it's a massive difference, isn't it? Considering the 3 wood to 5 wood is 3 degrees, and then 3 wood and then 5 wood to 7 wood is another 3 degrees. It makes no sense, right? And as you saw, I hit a lot of shots, and I whittled it down to probably only 7 or 8 shots in each set. So I really just left the good shots in. Not that many bad shots in this set. Yeah, you see it all very left-sided, as you probably saw in the test. Yeah, I mean, it's just like the difference between 3 and 5 wood is the crazy thing here. I mean, even the ball flights were like, really, it's just not. I mean, 7 wood was crazy different, which is good. At least there's some difference in there. So yeah, 7 wood, again, it's going to be designed to just pop up more, isn't it? Launch more, spin more, kind of, you want that ball climbing. That's what it's designed to do. Yeah, I mean, you'll have a look at the club data, but it's just not much there, is there? So yeah, again, it just goes to show the importance of getting your bag set up correctly, having every club for a specific purpose, hitting a specific yardage, and just get set up for you. So we can see club speed actually swung the 5 wood fastest, which again is a little bit odd to be fair, but it's only 1 mile an hour in it, really, and then a little bit of a drop off in the 7 wood, again going a little bit shorter, but again not much shorter than the 7 wood. Again, it doesn't really seem to make much sense, does it? But there you go, that's what it was. And obviously efficiency getting lower as we get more loft, which kind of again makes sense. And again, even then we delivered kind of 2.5 degrees dynamic loft difference between the 3 and the 5 wood, which again statically they're 3 degrees. So just popped up massively with the 7 wood, way more dynamic loft delivered, obviously creating that high launch, high spin ball flight that we saw. So I'm going to say that, like, from a design perspective, the internal mass I would suggest is probably slightly different between each one, because again, they're all slightly designed to do different things. The 7 wood really designed to pop up, and it did, for me anyway, because we can see angle of attack, actually pretty much exactly the same. The path was all around 2.5, 3 degrees. I mean, slight difference in face angle to 1 degree open to 1 degree closed, but again, there's not much there. Yeah, it's really all in that kind of dynamic loft, isn't it? Strike, we can see on average was fairly similar as well. Yeah, it's very, very interesting to see. So I guess really the sum up to this video is please do not go and just buy a 3 and a 5 wood because you think the 3 and a 5 wood for you would be right, because it probably won't be. I think I see for most people now, a lot of the time 3 wood and 5 woods, they're very close, especially if there's only 3 degrees in it. I personally think that's a little bit too close. To come in, get fitted, get it checked, get your bag gapped correctly. And yeah, it's late on a Friday night, so I'm going to go home. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope I touched on enough data there. I mean, it really was just a ball flight kind of data thing, wasn't it? I'll touch quickly on the peak height and angle of descent quickly, but none of that really matters too much in this test. So you can see behind me, this is the 5 wood average. We got to 130 feet in the air, descent angle of 46.5. Then the 7 wood, 145 feet in the air, 50 degree angle of descent. I mean, that's just like, yeah, if you were playing in still conditions, rock hard greens, and you think you're going to have a lot of shots in from whatever your yardage may be. I mean, for mine, what was it averaging? 237 carry. Again, that was 15, 16 feet uphill, so on the flat it's going to be about 232, 233 carry. Then it's perfect. But in windy conditions, probably a no-go. Stick to your 2-iron, because actually my 2-iron would probably be a very similar yardage to that. Probably carry my 2-iron like 240 on a good one, maybe 250 if I really stripe it, 230 on an average one. And I mean, the launch conditions between that are going to be just mad. So I might actually do that 2-iron versus 7 wood. Should be very interesting. But yeah, oh, and the 3 wood, you can tell I'm tired. 3 wood was 125 feet in the air and 45 degrees of descent. So it was only 4 feet lower than the 5 wood and a little bit less angle of descent. But again, that was the shocking thing really from this, wasn't it? The 3 and the 5 were just not very different. Right, I'm rabbiting. Time to go home. Hope you enjoyed that. Comment below what you thought. Comment below what you want to see next. And I'll see you in the next one.